Hey y'all, it's Tillery here, and this will be the first video in the series of my writing process. So, I always have a step before outlining. So this is the steps before outlining. What I like to do is I like to take my ideas that I have in my head for whatever book I'm going to be writing, and I like to jot them down. You can type them on your tablet or computer, or just jot them on paper. That may be quicker for some people, but then they can transfer it to computer or tablet later. As far as ideas, I mean literally every idea that the book comes to you. Like, I'm not sure how you start your stories or how they come to you. It's different for every writer, exactly how their stories come to them. My ideas come to me in different ways. So I could dream something, or I can have an idea about what I want to write. I'll literally sit there and think like, okay, do I want to write a werewolf novel, or do I want to write about vampires, or do I want to write about a ghost, or do I want to write about, death and carnage, or whatever it may be. But the ideas tend to just come. I don't know how to explain them always, how my ideas come. They just are in there. And I have so many stories I want to tell. It's just something that comes to me. But like I said, even if that's not how it happens for you, you can always just, what do you want to write about? Make that the first step in your idea, jotting notes. Like, just write down what you want to write about. That's your first step. In my case, if something comes to me, I'm just driving, or I see something and it makes me write about it. Like, one story I'm working on, well, I finished this one actually. It's a little children's story. A friend of mine, she owns chickens and she like chases them around, trying to get them back in their little pen and stuff. So I came up with a story just because I saw her doing that one day. So that type of thing, like, that can happen, which is great. I have a whole little children's book series based around just that one instance, and it went from there. So I just wrote down, I had my cell phone with me, so I just jotted down the notes, like the name, what the book may be. That's usually where I start. Like, the name of the book comes to me, and then I will jot that down, and then little ideas of what made me think of it. So I'll jot that down, and then it just stuff starts coming. Once you get ideas down first, you want to get the ideas down first before you do outlining. I'm sure there's plenty of people that told you that, but I'm just saying that's what I do. Next, the first step is the idea of where it comes from. I think the second step is the title of the book. The title of the book can change multiple times, and even with a few of my books, it has changed multiple times, but it's just a starting point for you. So, in my opinion, that's what I do. Usually, not everyone does it that way, but that's usually how I do it. One of my steps before I outline is this title of the book, because it's like an anchor to me. I think of my book as a ship. The ideas are the crew. No, don't laugh. The title is the anchor. The outline is the blueprints of the ship, and the written words make up the structure of the ship. And the completed first draft, we built a ship. So I have this in my head, this process in my head where it's like, okay, well, this is the ship and this is the steps I need to do. The anchor obviously is used to, keep the ship still, to make sure it doesn't just drift out to sea, so to speak. So I use the anchor to keep me docked. It keeps me docked. That's obviously tying the rope. I don't obviously know much about sailing. But that being said, that's my idea. That's how I put it together. So the title, like the children's book I was talking about, came to me because of my friend's name and what she was doing. So the book is named after her actual name, her first name, and then the sub name is what she was doing. Well, not what she was doing, but something in that ballpark. So the name came into play because of that. I wrote that down right away because that kept me anchored, so to speak, in where I was going. The ideas flow before the outline. The outline is going to be your roadmap, so to speak. It's going to help you write your book. It takes the ideas and organizes them and the ideas transform into the book layout, more or less, like the scenarios and things of that nature. Definitely do the ideas, just let them flow, like whatever the ideas are, just write them down, no matter what it is. Like if you, let's say example, you're writing a story about a creature on a mountaintop and you named it Darkness on the Mountain, or that's a terrible name, just because you know you got a monster or creature on the mountain, so you just name it that. Like you can change the name later, doesn't matter. And then you would write ideas like what the creature does, why is it there. Maybe you don't have to always tell why it's there in the story, because well, this is a horror type of thing, but I'll also have a video on how I do my horror. But you don't have to, but you want your ideas written down for you, so you know where you're going and how you're going to build your story. It's like even they're lame ideas, doesn't matter. Write them down so it'll help you get to the next level in the process, which is your outlining. Okay, and believe me when I say outlining helps. I did not always outline. It's a secret. It's a secret. Not really, but I didn't outline, and outlining really will help you because it'll keep you on track, and you can go back to your outlining notes, which you should, and be like, okay, well I was here, here, and here, this is where I am, and I'm going to write from there. It really would help. And I did not have an outline when I used to write when I was a kid. I didn't know anything about that. Like I was just writing stories because they came to me, and I like writing stories. I mean, I went to school for writing. Like when I was in high school, I was homeschooled, so when I was in high school I was majoring in English and writing, creative writing. So early on I was into that. I didn't know when I was a kid, and I wrote a lot of stories when I was younger, and I didn't know about outlining. And then I was like, you know, I got older, I don't need to outline. Yeah, okay. You're gonna wish you had. You'll finish your books way, I don't want to say easier, because it's not always easy to complete a book, but it could be easier on you if you outline. But ideas, the steps before the outline are very, very important, so you can get to the outlining. So next thing after I do the whole gathering of the ideas, then I do my character, whoever the lead character is. So like in my children's book, the lead character is a girl, and she's young. My friend is an older woman. I decided to go make her a younger girl in the story. I made a bio of the character, what she looks like, personality traits, what kind of person she is. This will help you, of course, in your process when you get to the outline. It helps create your character before that. So this idea step is a character creation, and I'll have a video on character creation separate from the idea step, but that's like the next thing I do with my ideas. I write down the ideas of my character, my lead role character, and then you can do ones for side characters if you want to at that time too as well, but they'll come as they go. And then it just leads from there. Just get all your ideas down. That's definitely the first step in the writing process, in my opinion, is the ideas before outlining. Definitely get that to go. Just jot down what comes to you. Doesn't matter how goofy they sound or funny or whatever. There could be some serious ideas in there, so jot them down. Keep your phone with you, your tablet or something. When you're doing whatever during your day, just keep a pad with you, because you never know as a writer when your idea is going to come to you. It's a little harder when you're in the shower because there's water in there, but quickly reach out and write it down, whatever, you know. But yeah, the steps before outlining. So I will see you in the next video. Until then.